Here is a consolidated report of notable Ohio government actions tied to August 20, 2026. Using the information currently available, Ohio's most significant state-level action on August 20, 2026, appears to have been the Ohio Auditor of State's release of a special audit involving the former utility office supervisor in the village of Woodsfield in Monroe County, who had been convicted of theft in office earlier in the year. 2. The Auditor's Office also issued an advisory dated for Thursday, August 20, 2026, and in related August 2026 postings reported findings for recovery totaling $13,420.42 against former Bethel Township fiscal and staff personnel in Miami County for issues including late fees and vacation leave overpayments. 1-2 On the law enforcement side, federal and Ohio-related public safety activity on August 20 centered on Operation Northern Shield, a multi-agency violent crime crackdown in northern Ohio cities including Akron, Cleveland, Lorain, Youngstown, Elyria, Canton, Mansfield, and Toledo. 3 The DEA Detroit Field Division and the U.S. Attorney's Office announced that more than 600 people had been arrested during the operation, with nearly 200 firearms seized along with fentanyl, crack cocaine, methamphetamine, cocaine, other illicit drugs, and U.S. currency. 3 The operation was described as a coordinated effort among federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies and task forces, and its planning began earlier in 2026. 3 The Supreme Court of Ohio also issued a daily case announcement for August 20, 2026, in State v. Brinkman, affirming the death sentence of a man convicted of killing his friend and her 2 daughters in North Royalton in June 2017. 8 That is a major judicial action attributable to the date, though it is a court ruling rather than an executive or legislative measure. 8 Several other Ohio government-related actions and public developments were reported on or around August 20, 2026. Springfield officials confirmed that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement was carrying out field enforcement activity in the city and across Ohio, with Mayor Rob Rue stating that the city does not direct or control ICE operations. 5-9 Springfield police also said they did not have a 287G agreement with ICE and were not pursuing one. 9 There was also a reported administrative change involving the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles. A long-used declaration of gender change form signed by a medical or mental health provider was no longer being accepted for changing gender markers on state IDs. According to reporting on August 25, this appears to have been a statewide administrative policy shift affecting Ohio residents seeking to update driver's licenses and state identification cards. 5 In addition, Ohio courts were active on related constitutional and civil rights matters. Reporting on August 20 stated that the Ohio Supreme Court unanimously dismissed a Trumbull County judge's lawsuit challenging the state's abortion rights amendment. 5 That decision is a major legal development, although the underlying opinion text was not included in the available results. 5 The Ohio Attorney General's office had a separate August 2026 announcement that it was accepting applications for the Teen Ambassador Board for the 2026-27 academic year, but the available material places that notice on August 14 rather than August 27. Likewise, the Ohio Legislature's general calendars and journals were available, but the results provided no evidence of a substantive floor session, bill passage, or committee action specifically on August 20, 2026. 4, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. In short, the strongest documented Ohio government actions for August 20, 2026 were the Auditor of State's audit and recovery actions, the Supreme Court's ruling in State v. Brinkman, the statewide law enforcement crackdown associated with Operation Northern Shield, and several significant administrative and public safety developments involving ICE activity and BMV policy changes. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9. If needed, this can be turned into a stricter all actions by branch, briefing, or a timeline format.